Hey friends, Powwow Guy here with the weekly update from Sunday, November 7th through Saturday, November 13th. First of all, it's hard to believe we're in the second week of November already. I can't believe how fast time's going. Um, but there you go. This coming week in South Central Pennsylvania, we're going to get kind of a warm up. Um, we're going to see temperatures pretty much every day in the mid to upper 60s, and it's supposed to be sunny all week. There isn't any rain in the forecast as of right now. Um, so it's going to be a nice week. Well, with that in mind, in preparation for the inevitable cold weather that's about to come, and since we're at the end of the planting and harvesting season, this is a really, really good week for you to um, get your fence post repaired, any repairs on your roof, any outside work you want to do on your house, and get all your outside furniture and such put away, get ready for winter. Your garden should be cleared out. If you have any bulbs in the ground, it's a good week to put mulch on top of those to protect them. We've already had frost a couple of times. So if you haven't had frost yet, you can still put mulch down, protect your bulbs. But yeah, now's the time. Take advantage of this nice week here in South Central Pennsylvania. Get that outside stuff done. It's also a good week to get all of your protective stuff done for your home, for yourself. Make your Brock bags and your Himmels briefs. Put your hex signs up. I did a hex sign video earlier. If you have one of those super protective hex signs, a super protective one, I meant to say, hang that in the east side of your home, because you want that morning light. You want it to be in the direction of sunrise, so you get that blessing every single day. Since we're in the building moon, the new moon, which is this past Thursday, interesting enough, November's going to have a lot of interesting Thursdays. First Thursday of November, the other day, was the new moon. This coming Thursday will be the first quarter moon. Following Thursday will be the full moon, and then the Thursday after that will be Thanksgiving, with the third quarter moon actually falling on Black Friday. So that one will be a day off, but every Thursday is significant this month, so just be aware of that. But right now we're in the Sagittarius building moon, so it really is it's a good time to set down some goals for the week. Make a list of all the things you need to take care of outside and inside before winter comes, and before the holidays come too. You don't want to have like outside work to do on Thanksgiving weekend. Get that stuff done now. It's really a nice week for it. And also you want to take care of any residual like negative energy or any kind of yuck going around your house. A really good quick powwow way to do that is take an onion, slice it in half, put both halves on a plate, and set it in the middle of your kitchen. Let that absorb negativity and stuff for about 24 hours, and then throw it in the trash. You don't want to bury it in your property or put it in your garden or anything, because you want that negativity gone. Just pitch it in the trash. So that's that. So speaking of onions, speaking of food, actually, we're moving into the time of year where people are going to be doing a lot more home cooking. Next, we have Thanksgiving coming up. And so I thought I would go over some of the health benefits of some of the ingredients we use, our spices and our herbs and our even some veggies or whatever. We already talked about onion is a good way to remove evil. That you're not going to consume that onion, obviously, but some of the things we do use in food at this time of year, or that would be good to add to food this time of year, would be basil. Start cooking more with basil because basil helps reduce the symptoms of colds and flus. Add that to your cooking. And with basil, it's always better to if you don't have your own, get the fresh basil from the market in the produce section, and cook with that. That works the best, especially with Thanksgiving dinner coming up. You can use basil in the turkey, basil in your stuffing, that sort of thing. You can even have some fresh basil, kind of like how parsley is used, as a little garnish on the plate to kind of chew on afterward. Okay, and it does help reduce those cold and flu symptoms. So that's just a little trick. Also, speaking of cooking, we use sage this time of year usually in our stuffings. Sage has anti-inflammatory properties. A lot of people don't like sage in food, and I could think that sage is often used in breakfast sausages, so people don't like it in that, but it is used in stuffing. So if you keep that in mind when you're making your stuffing, that sage will add that anti-inflammatory, benefit. And celery also. We use a lot of celery in our fillings and such. Celery stimulates digestion, but it can also lower blood pressure. Celery makes a good snack because it's one of the things that is sometimes considered to be a negative calorie food. So it's kind of good for weight loss in a sense because you're munching on the celery, but your body's burning off more than the celery is giving it to break it down. So you're burning off more calories than you're taking in with the celery. That's why sometimes it's considered a negative calorie food. That's not important, but celery can also, in addition to lowering blood pressure and stimulate your digestive system, it can also help you sleep at night. Some people say drink celery juice. I would just say munch on a little bit of celery in the evening if you're feeling a little bit snacky. First of all, it hydrates you, gives you the water, helps lower your blood pressure, and it will help you sleep. Okay, so celery, sage, basil. And then some of the other things we use at this time of year, first of all, cranberries. Cranberry is a good liver cleanser. You're going to want to try to eat the real berries, the real cranberries, as opposed to the canned stuff. That's sort of like solid cranberry, whatever it's called. I forget what it's called. But yeah, if you're going to make any kind of cranberry dessert or side dish, you're going to want to use the berries because that's a very good liver cleanser. So that's great. You want to get all that gunk out of your liver. That's what cranberries do. And then insofar as desserts, we use a lot of cinnamon. Cinnamon is a pain reducer, and it helps lower bad cholesterol, triglycerides, that sort of thing. Again, as always with herbs and spices and seasonings, fresh is better. Dried is more potent, but if you're going to use all dried, I would say go buy new dried, all right? Because you want it to be as potent as possible. So remember the more vibrant the color of your dried seasonings and herbs and stuff, the more fresh it is, the more potent it will be. So maybe you have all these things in your cabinet and you've had them for years and years and years. You know what? Get rid of them all. Buy new. You'll be glad you did. The flavor is more intense. The benefits are more pronounced. Also, nutmeg and cloves are both digestive aids. So we use a lot of those in our desserts this time of year. Adults, if you want, like after your Thanksgiving dinner, it's a heavy dinner, you can pulverize a little bit of clove. You want to powder that and put it in, a disposable tea bag and soak it in your red wine. Because you get the benefits of red wine, which is very good for you, but you also get the benefits of clove to aid in your digestion. Another additive we use a lot this year in the desserts, but sometimes even in things like sweet potatoes and such, is vanilla. The trick with vanilla is that it stimulates the appetite. So it might kind of cause you to eat more than you normally would have. I'm not saying it definitely would, but it does stimulate appetite. So my thought with vanilla is any vanilla containing products, have those the day before Thanksgiving so that you wake up nice and hungry. And also, at the end of the day, if you want to get some sassafras tea, it kind of lifts your spirits, but it will help your digestion, it help you relax, make you feel good. So those are some tips, especially for Thanksgiving and Christmas meals coming up. There you go. Also, since I'm kind of talking about Thanksgiving, Bill works at the hospital, and he said that the emergency room does see an uptick in emergency traumas on Thanksgiving because families get together and they argue and such with. So I found like 3 little kind of superstitions, but let's not tempt fate, right? Don't let any knives cross at the the table. So you have several people sitting around the table. Don't let their knives cross on top of each other because that will cause arguments to start. Never stir anything with a knife because it will make people angry. And if you drop a knife in the kitchen, it means that you're going to have an unexpected visitor from a man. So let's not tempt fate and have that be your crazy, Trumpy uncle. Nobody wants that guy showing up for Thanksgiving. So, yeah, you drop a knife, it means a man will visit. But they also say if you drop a knife in the kitchen while you're cooking and it sticks in the floor, point down, handle up, that's a sign of good luck. So as long as it's not sticking in your foot, sounds okay to me. So that's really all I have for this week. So it's basically we're moving into that prep for Thanksgiving. Today is Sunday, the 7th of November. We had to set the clocks back an hour here in Pennsylvania for daylight savings time. Anyway, so it makes for a long day. But, all right, that's all I really had to say. Enjoy your week. Oh, powwowing this week. Because the moon's in Sagittarius, that means it'll be then in Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. So we're talking Sagittarius is kind of like your liver and your thighs, and Capricorn is your knees, and Aquarius is your shins, and Pisces is your feet. So we're moving to the lower body. So this week is good for powwowing for the lower body, but also generally your bones, your teeth, but mostly lower body stuff, lower back, legs, knees, feet, ankles, that kind of thing. So good week for that. Pay attention to those areas of your body, powwow for them as needed. That's really it. Hope you have a great week. Love you guys. Enjoy the beautiful weather, and we will talk soon. Oh, God bless you. We'll talk soon.